I'm Wendy Foncette, and with me is Chef Chef
Selwyn Wickham.
Selwyn Wickham. So Selwyn, hi and welcome.
Thank you very much.
So Selwyn, tell me a little bit about yourself.
I am just a happy guy. I have been in food and catering for as long as I can remember. I did my culinary education both in Trinidad and Tobago as well as the United States, and I finished up my degree in the Caribbean right in Jamaica.
Oh, nice. So Selwyn is the expert here on food groups. Of course, here on food groups we're going to be talking about everything. Why go out and buy food when you can make it? Chef Selwyn is going to make it look so simple. Even me, I don't like to cook. And I'm sure some of you don't like to cook either. Well, right here, you're going to learn about everything. Food group is about everything. We're going to be talking about fats, carbohydrates, proteins. We're going to talk about why your bread like mine is come out red hard. Selwyn is going to tell us about it.
Absolutely.
Talking about bread, Selwyn, today I understand we're doing bread. Ingredients are already laid out. What kind of bread are we doing today, Selwyn?
Okay, but today we are actually doing a nice mini pan bread as well as a wonderful little twist, and we're going to put a little bit of Parmesan cheese in there to just expand on the flavors.
Oh gosh, listen, as we go through, I will, listen, you know, one thing I really wish we could do is smell of this kitchen smell. When you walk into this kitchen, it's like, oh my God, you want to live in here?
Absolutely, yes.
So tell me, we started, bread. Talk to me.
Alright, so we're going to start off with the basic ingredients. We have flour, a little bit of sugar, not too much, some powdered milk, some margarine, salt, yeast of course, and water. These are the main ingredients, and of course, flour forms the backbone for a baked product. So once you have flour, and you have the right kind of flour, and a lot of times persons use the wrong flour in order to make the bread.
Selwyn, that is a good point. You know, sometimes people tell you, don't eat white flour because, of course, you get fatty liver, your cholesterol, your this, your that. You make risk getting flour.
No, the problem is not the flour, you know. What it is that, remember, flour comes from the wheat.
Right.
Wheat has a protein, and the protein in wheat is called gluten. That gluten is really what is required to give the bread the elasticity it needs. So if you don't have that gluten, and that gluten is a protein, you're not going to get a nice, light, fluffy bread. So the problem with the gluten actually is that we've been eating so much of it, sometimes our bodies decide that it doesn't want anymore. So that's the problem. It's not that the bread flour isn't good, it's just that we have been consuming so much of it, and that's this.
Okay, that's the problem. Okay, so tell me, let's get into it. I am ready. I hope you're ready. I hope you have your pen and paper, taking notes. Let's go.
Alright, so here we go. First of all, we're going to look at the flour. We're looking at, there are different flours in the market, but the flour that is most appropriate for making your bread is a baker's flour. Although you may see all-purpose flour, you might see cake flour, you might see all different kinds of flour, but the flour you actually need is baker's flour, and the baker's flour is a flour that contains the highest percentage of gluten. Alright, so the most important thing is understanding the mixing of the products. One of the things you do not ever do is mix the salt with the yeast. But they can both go together in the mixer, but we do not mix these two ingredients together at all.
Okay, so what are we mixing in there?
We're going to put the water first, then we're going to put the sugar, we're going to put the yeast at the bottom, then we're going to pile all the other ingredients on top. Once it goes on top there, we're going to mix that for about 10 minutes, and that 10 minutes is actually what is needed to develop the gluten, to get that stretch and the elasticity that is needed.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay, let's go. So we're starting with water. We have 12 ounces of water. 1 3/4 tablespoons of yeast. And this is an active yeast. It's not like the long ago yeast where you have to mix it and leave it for it to start to bubble. This one works immediately. So just add yeast to the water. And it's not really necessary to use the warm water with this yeast.
Okay, so this gets the yeast.
Absolutely.
Okay,
yes.
cool.
Then we're going to add our milk, or powdered milk. And 1 ounce of sugar.
Sugar, okay.
There it goes. And let's scrape the butter in.
Scraping the butter in, guys.
Notice the salt isn't in it, because I do not want to mix the salt with the yeast.
Okay, because that does what?
It kills the yeast, or it retards the growth of the yeast.
Okay, you want your bread fluffy.
That's right. So we're going to add our flour.
Nice.
Remember, baker's flour. because it has a high gluten content and it's available. Alright, so we have 4 ounces of this baker's flour. Right. All that's left to do is to mix this.
And the salt?
Yes, don't worry about the salt, we're going to put that in there.
Okay.
Because again, what salt is a flavor enhancer. So although the bread is going to taste nice, it's going to taste better when you add the salt. You see like the beautiful face? The little makeup, that's what the salt does for the food.
Nice.
Alright, we're going to mix this for 12 minutes.
So, Selwyn, while that is going on, tell me about, if I don't have a mixer like that, because I have a mixer like that, I have to use my hand. What is the trick when it comes to mixing there? This is amazing.
Alright, so here we go. We're going to pull the dough off the hook.
Right.
I don't like to use a lot of dusting flour because when you put additional flour onto the surface and in the dough more than the recipe requires, it also gets your bread harder. So if the recipe is asking you for 1 pound 4 ounces of flour, please 1 pound 4 ounces is more than enough.
So what am I putting? No,
right, I'm just going to put a little bit of cooking oil onto the surface so that the dough doesn't stick. What we need to do now actually is to work the dough, to pull the dough and to stretch the dough. And when we work that dough, when we actually stretch the dough, you know, long ago, I've seen people use a spoon to knead dough, but that really doesn't work.
Or rolling pin.
It doesn't work. So you need to actually stretch the dough because when you put your dough on your counter, on your table, and you begin to stretch it, you're actually developing the gluten.
Alright, so Selwyn, hold on. So now, because I know when I knead my flour, and I'm sure those of you looking, I need like this. But I see you putting your elbow going this way.
Yes, because I need to stretch the dough. Remember we spoke about
stretching the dough.
Right, the elasticity in there. Right. Once we work that dough and we've gotten that gluten well developed, you're going to get a nice clean window. You see this?
Let's see the window.
This is what we're looking for, a nice clean window. That's when you know that your gluten is well developed.
So it's this movement when they do this movement, this movement. Right. Okay. So the more the dough is stretched, the more elastic
the more it is. That's right.
Right.
And even though you see you can touch it, even though it's a soft dough, it's not going to stick to the surface once you have a well-developed structure. It's not going to stick to the surface.
You know what I forgot to ask you? You said instant yeast in the dough. What about baking powder? Because I know sometimes I put baking powder in mine, but I realized you didn't put baking powder.
Well, I didn't put baking powder because we're making bread. If you want to use baking powder, you're actually making a quick bread. And we're not doing a quick bread, we're doing a yeast bread.
Okay, it's a yeast bread. Okay.
Yeah, there's a different structure.
Yeah. It's looking real good, boy. Okay. Look at how smooth. So how long do we leave this to rise?
Yes, we do. We leave it in a nice warm, in a nice warm area.
Right.
There's no specific time. Why? Because I might be working in a very cool place, you might be working in a very warm place. But the key, once the dough gets twice its size, it's ready.
It's ready for the oven?
No, it's ready to punch down, to get ready for the oven.
Oh, you have more things. Okay,
yes.
I'll have more things. So this is the first stage. So the first stage, we leave it. It has to get twice its size.
That's right.
When we come back and we check it, we know we're going to now pong it down.
Punch it down.
Or punch it. I say punch it. We're going to punch it down. So we're going to leave this and we're going to be right back with you to show you how to punch it down.
Absolutely. Nice.
Gosh, guys, we're back. I'm really excited. I wash my hand because after getting anything, I find just looking at it, I'm not getting into it. So Selwyn, we're going to punch it down.
Right, so you go right ahead and we should just hit it in the middle and pull it out.
Just hit the bread?
That's right. Punch it down, Matt. There you go. Right, and the purpose for that is really to deflate the dough, to get rid of the extra carbon dioxide gas, which is produced by the yeast,
right.
And to even off the temperature.
Right. So if I didn't do that,
okay, you go ahead.
So if I didn't punch it down, that's what I want to know, Selwyn. You know, because I'm surprised. Well, bread is work, but it's fun and it's very easy. You're gonna feel really good about yourself. Forget about going and buying bread in the grocery. Make your own bread.
All right. Yes.
Okay. Right. Gently punch it down. Yes. So we punch it down, and what are we going to do now?
We're going to scale for individual units, and then we're going to do another makeup with the herb twist.
Okay, so how do you know how much you have to, so this is going to be, this could make how many?
Oh, we're going to get one whole herb twist as well as 8 individual mini pan bread.
Mini pan breads. Yes. Okay, so let's see. So we're going to cut. So you actually cut it in half?
Yes, we cut it in half.
So you cut it in half.
We're going to round this and put it aside.
So you do that one, let me do this one. Oh gosh.
Oh dear.
Well, yeah. So then relax.
Okay, very good. Use the ball of your hand. Yes.
Oh, so it's here. It's the ball of your hands.
That's
you use,
right.
Huh? Guys,
yes,
listen to,
that's right. There you
listen
go.
to the chef, the
there
ball
you
of
go.
your hands. You see me? You see me, guys? That's what you do. Hope you're looking.
I got all the rough pieces at the bottom and just turn it over so you get the nice smooth. There you go. Just rest it up there.
My gosh, look at how smooth.
All by yourself.
All by myself. If I could do it, you could do it.
Right. So we're now going to work on the individual units.
Right. So what you do is you cut the ball again into half, and then you lengthen it.
Yes, because I've only got at least 8 pieces for the individual
ball,
units, right? And each of them should be at least 2 ounces.
Okay. Wow. This is really small bread. I have to eat about 4 days to get full.
And here, I'm going to give you some more work. Just look at my hands.
Right, let's see.
You're just going to cup your hands like this. Like this.
Like like this, guys.
That's right. And you're going to put it over the piece of dough and just roll it around in there. Once you feel it's getting nice and smooth, just release.
Listen, it's like magic. So let me see if I can do that.
Of course you
so
can.
You film this, guys. You put it over.
Cup it.
Cup it.
Squeeze it.
Squeeze it.
Right.
And you're
Make sure you're rubbing. No. Don't open your hands. Make sure you're rubbing the dough against the surface, and you're feeling it rubbing in your hands as well.
Nice.
Apply a little bit of pressure. There you go.
Gosh, boy. Like you're giving the dough a little massage.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So when look, I do it.
Okay, if you call that doing it, but
well,
try again.
Guys, I almost have it. Remember, this is your first time. Don't give up, right, guys?
No.
You have to keep trying it. Look at this. You form it like this, like you're telling somebody, okay, it'll be okay. Put it over.
Apply some pressure.
Apply some pressure. Oh, I wasn't applying pressure.
Let's see.
I was too gentle on it.
There you go.
I got it. Guys, I'm telling you, if I could do it, you could do it. Please try it. We have the recipe. You see the recipe there on your screens. I want you to try it. Good. So we have it. So what do we do now?
The next step is panning. So we're going to, after they've been sitting on the bench for a little while, I'm just going to use a little fat. Because again,
so a little while means like how long? So we
just probably about 3 or 4 minutes.
3 or 4 minutes. Okay,
and
3 or 4 minutes.
Actually helps the dough to relax, because when we were cutting it and we rolling it, they tighten the gluten strands, and once it tightened, it's going to be difficult to work that dough again. So you need to leave it there to relax before you can work it again.
Okay, good.
All right, a little oil, because again, remember, we're not going to use too much extra flour.
Right.
And we're just going to tuck it in.
Oh.
Make sure the seam is at the bottom, and we're going to just place them into
the pans.
I'll do one more and then I'll let you try it.
Oh gosh, boy. Pressure.
All right. So look at me do one more.
Right.
Press down the
let me do base. It while you're doing it.
Yes.
Press the base.
Nice. And you're going to pull from the top and push in.
And push in.
There again, and you go again.
Push from the top
and
push
pinch it at the base. You roll it to tighten.
Pinch it at the base.
Roll it to tighten.
Roll it to tighten.
And make sure that the seam is at the bottom.
Well, yes. Make sure the seam is at the bottom.
Yes.
And then you place it
in the pan.
one
more. Let me see you do this one.
Right. So you roll it.
No, we roll already.
We roll already. So we press.
We press.
And then we take from the top and you bring.
Yeah. But get in there.
You have to get it down. Flat.
Yes. And you tuck it in.
And you tuck it in.
Right. Tuck it because that tightens it to get a nice structure.
Right.
Right?
Right.
There you go.
Yes. Guys, this is easier than it looks. Easier than it looks.
And from here we are going to actually take the bread
and
put it to proof. And that's the second time it's going to raise. Once it fills out the pan, that's going to be time to put it into the oven.
And approximately how long it takes to raise?
Let's say about 15 minutes or so.
Okay, so about 15 minutes to raise. So we're going to leave this to raise and we're going to be right back. Right, so hi, welcome back. So this is what it looks like after 15 minutes. Impressive. So now, Selwyn, it's ready for the oven. Important. Tell me the temperature of the oven and how long we're going to leave it for.
Okay, well, these units, because they're small units, you're going to have to put these in the oven at about 400 degrees. 400? Usually you want to put these in at a higher temperature because you want them to stay in the oven for a shorter period of time. For the bigger rolls, you want to lower the temperature because if you leave these in the oven for a long time, they're going to dry out. So you put them at a higher temperature so they get a nice crust formation and they're browning, and then you can take them out. But for the bigger loaves, you need the internal part of the dough to get cooked. So you need to leave it there in the oven for a longer time at a lower temperature.
Okay, so 400 degrees and for how long?
For 10 to 15 minutes.
About 10 to 15 minutes. Let's go.
Let's go.
Oven time. Can't wait to taste in the oven. So we're back, ladies and gentlemen. It's out. You cannot believe it. Oh, this was so simple. Can you just smell that? Oh my gosh, and it is hot off the oven. And this is the moment we've all been waiting for. The taste. So let's...
So we're going to start with the...
Of course, let's start with this.
Don't bring your fingers, but I'm going to ask you to take out your own.
Oh my gosh. You can eat many more. Ooh, it's not that hot though. It's eatable. What do we do?
Alright, so the slices for you.
Yeah.
We're going to look at the texture of the inside of the bread.
Right, let's see. Nice. Very nice. Put a little butter on there. What better than bread you make for yourself? Hot bread and butter. Watch the butter melt on this bread. Oh my God. Selwyn, I hope you're going to join me in taking a little taste. Not too much butter.
Just enough. Spread it nicely.
It smells so good.
Should we break? Let's break.
Let's break bread. Let's break bread. Soft. Oh God. Listen to me. You break bread, you're going to fall in love with yourself. This is awesome. Selwyn.
Cheers.
And I guess practice makes perfect now.
Practice makes permanent.
Practice makes permanent. I like that. Here's something I want to share. There's this Scandinavian tradition that says if a female and a male share a loaf of bread, they fall in love with each other. Listen, even though it's in Scandinavia, it will work here in Trinidad. Forget roses, forget wine. Take a bread. If you're single, carry it. What you all eat from the bread, and that's going to be it. You know, thank you so much for viewing. Listen, Selwyn, you're amazing. You're amazing. You're amazing. Thank you so much for tuning in to Food.